Welcome everyone. Welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon, and we'll be checking out Dismantle by 10 Tons Limited, an alpha build, which you're not supposed to distribute. Do not distribute. Anyway, this is an early access version of Dismantle. You can find on Steam right now. I'll put the links down below. And it is a quasi-survival zombie apocalypse type thing, not quite roguelike, or even roguelite, I suppose, because, well, you cannot really die. But yeah, let me show you what it's all about. Let's go to play. I love this art, by the way. So hot. Oh yeah, I'm in the... Okay, never mind. Alright, so the first thing you'll see is that the game looks quite colorful. I really like the art style. I didn't think that a zombie apocalypse would work like this, in a sort of slightly cartoonish art style. I know that's a bit silly to say, considering the success of stuff like, I don't know, what was it? Plants and Zombies and, you know, and other things in the past, but I don't know, I'm usually someone that likes... Oh yeah, I'm actually burning up, so I should get out of the heat. Am I going the right way? Yes. I'm usually someone that prefers more realistic looking things. I think we're actually going to die here, so... Because I saved it a really bad spot. Oh man, this is really good for a preview. But the basic premise is of the game, you wake up in, well, you have lived in your shelter, or in your bunker for quite a few years. And in the meantime, the world has gone to hell. Because, I don't know, some sort of biological war maybe, something happened. And everything has turned to Zombieland. And now you're back, well, you're out of your shelter because I think you're out of food and such. And you're just trying to survive. And the whole point of Dismantle is, as the name would suggest, that you can dismantle everything. Let's just ignore that one. So let me just kill a few zombies here. Get to where we need. Ouch, I hate these spitter guys. They're quite annoying, so I'm not going to fight that one. So right now I'm just blindly moving through the map. Not usually something you want to do. You want to have a certain objective to do. But here, we're at a campsite. So, the basic premise is to collect materials and create new stuff, and of course follow the objectives, which will get you through the entire map pretty much. So, you know, we've gone from, I don't know, here, abouts, or here, and we've run up to about here, this campsite. And, you know, it was quite big. There's a lot of stuff to explore in all of these little towns and cities. But then you zoom out and you see, oh yeah, okay, the map is quite a lot larger. Oh wow, okay. There's quite a lot of it. And then you zoom out. Wow, that's a lot of stuff we haven't covered out yet. And then you zoom out and there's the entire map. So it is in fact a giant map. And I believe nothing is randomized. I mean, the map positioning and such. So everything is sort of handcrafted, so it looks pretty nice. But I was talking about crafting and such before. So Dismantle. You can dismantle pretty much everything. We've got different tools for different things. I don't have a strong enough tool. But you can, for example, take down... No, you can't, because I don't have a strong enough tool. You can take down this plant stuff. And you'll get plant matter from it because, well, you can also use that. Or, I don't know, you can take down this. No, let me use the machete. There we go. So you just whack at it until its health bar is gone, and you get things from it. Crafting materials and the like. Nothing there. Or at least I cannot take it down. But yeah, the act of doing so was quite amusing at first, but then I thought that it would become annoying. Oh, hello there. Obviously don't want to get hit by these. Yeah, I thought it would get annoying because you would just go around smashing everything to bits, but I don't know, for some reason, I've played the game for a fair while now, and it's still fun. Obviously, don't go around destroying everything like in the very beginning where you've got no items at all. But it is actually quite satisfying to take things down. Probably also due to the very nice sound design. Everything has its nice little sound effect of various hits and materials that you encounter. So that's pretty cool. Let me take this apart because that's electronics and we need that. I'll probably need a crowbar for that. No, my crowbar is not strong enough. And we can also cook. Let me just take this zombie out so we're not going to get rudely interrupted while we cook. And we're actually very low on health now. But we do have recipes ready for some stuff. So let's make a... we can make fish and chips. So 7 fish and 5 potatoes. Yeah. Let's cook and eat that, and that will give us plus 50% fishing speed. The nice thing about the cooking stuff is that you only have to do a recipe once. You can see that little icon. We've already eaten that, and these will give you permanent buffs. So not just a temporary buff, which I usually hate in games and then never do it because I think it's a waste and I'll never use it. But yeah, it gives you a permanent buff, plus 5 hit points. Or no, I don't want to do that. Well, actually, can I do that again? Tomatoes? Plus 15. Oh, cook again to heal 15. Okay, so it says already cooked. So that's pretty cool. You can actually do that, and it'll heal your character a bit. So every recipe, I suppose, has 2 effects. The first time you cook it, you get a permanent effect, and then the second time you cook it, you get some health back, and possibly some other things. So yeah, I really like how the world looks. Apart from the graphics, it's quite richly detailed. There's lots of different furniture, different items to destroy and get. A lot of things will get you different components. So for example, now we've got some plant matter, some steel, wood, some planks, plastics, fabrics, textiles, metals, electronics, and so on. So there's a lot of stuff to gather in the world, and of course you use all that stuff. You've got a certain amount of stuff you can carry, by the way. So you can carry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at the moment. This can be upgraded, by the way. You start with like 4, I think. But I can at the moment carry 9 different things, and then of each of those you can carry 6 of the item you're carrying. You can also carry, for example, twice the plant matter, obviously. Any combination off. But once something is in a slot, you can only fill it with that. But you can also get rid of it, of course. You can drop it if you want. And then you simply go to one of the campfires and you can store the materials. The cool thing is, or the satisfying thing is that whenever you store stuff, you also get XP, which goes towards the next level. And that didn't even move me a pixel, or maybe level 11 is maximum at the moment in early access, I don't know. So you can also camp, which is, like I said, it's not really a survival game, so sleeping, eating, drinking, and stuff like that is not necessary, or, yeah, it's not necessary, and looks like we're on fire there. It's kind of weird. But you can upgrade your gear. So if we want to upgrade our backpack, it'll give us plus 1 new slot. And, of course, plus 1 more space per slot, which is pretty nice. We can also upgrade our tools, like crowbar and machete, which will mean that they'll do more damage to zombies, but they will also do more damage to things, to items, so we can take apart better items. I also have some bandages, throwing knives, which will increase the number of uses. My cooking pots, which adds 1 new ingredient slot, which allows cooking new recipes. That's pretty nice, but at the moment I don't really want to do that because I'll probably use the iron, wood, and plastics on my crowbar. Yeah, let's do that. The cool thing is, you can't make a mistake, because if I just click on it, it's not going to do it. You have to hold it until it reaches the end. There we go. I think that's a pretty nice feature. Oh yeah, that tracks the materials, I believe. And then you also have the invent and craft menu, which brings you to sort of like the tech tree, where you can invent new things. So for example, I've already invented the crowbar, the machete, and the little trinket here, counterweight, which gives me plus 20% critical hit damage. We've got the shovel, and the tackle. Now, all of these blueprints are obviously what we haven't done yet. And all this other stuff means that this will unlock at level 50, which is insane. So we have to get to at least level 12 to be able to do these two things. Probably some different hats or caps or something. So compass, I think I do want that, but I've spent the iron now. Oh yeah, I wanted to do the lockpicks, and I do have the scrap electronics now, but not the iron. I really need the lockpicks. So we're gonna have to get some iron. You can also sleep to move the day forward, but I didn't really see a difference between day and night. Obviously, there's a day and night cycle, but I didn't see a difference in the behavior of zombies, for example. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind is that when you go to a campfire, even if you don't sleep, all the zombies will respawn. Which is kind of a thing that sort of bothered me at the beginning. I thought, ugh, I really hate games that do that. I don't like having stuff respawn, because then it feels like, you know, you've just taken down a whole horde of enemies and suddenly everything's back already. And I really dislike that. But, you know what? You kind of get used to it. There we go. We need expert lockpicks there. You kind of get used to it, and it's alright. It's actually quite fun. And in fact, also fairly good, because a lot of the times you need items that they drop. So instead of having to go halfway across the map to find more zombies that, you know, because you've already killed them all, well, you can just go to a campfire and you'll get other stuff. I mean, you'll get new zombies. What was that? Was that zombie? That was a weird scream. Also, there's wildlife that you can try to catch. It's pretty oh, I don't like those wolves. So yeah, the zombies also try to kill wildlife, which is pretty cool, I think. Oh, yeah. Let me try to get these out. Get these guys in the meantime. No, why am I looking that way? There is... Ooh, I don't like you. That guy sounds nasty. Yeah, we got some bones from that. I guess he already killed that deer. Where is it? There's some eggs here as well we can gather. So yeah, there's gathering, there's killing, there's cooking, there's crafting. There's quite a lot of stuff you can do. There it is. So they've basically done the job for us. These deer are really difficult and annoying to kill with just a machete, because you have to run them down and then hit them, obviously, and you don't kill them in one shot, and they're very fast. So, and very agile. So it's very difficult actually getting them. But that wolf just did the job for us, so that's pretty nice. We're uncovering new parts of the map now. But yeah, there's various skills. You can also fish, you can gather, kill, destroy items, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of stuff you can do, and fishing, not exactly what I would expect in a game like this, in a zombie apocalypse. Obviously, I mean, Project Zomboid, for example, also has fishing, but, you know, that's more of a real survival game. This is more action-y, because you go around and kill stuff. And at the beginning, oh, Packard Family Farm. Let's change to our crowbar, which is now much improved. The zombies will also hear you outside, by the way. They fortunately cannot get through doors, so that's a boon for us. So if they're closed in somewhere, you can just, or if you want to be alone, you can just close the doors and they cannot get to you. Obviously, there's no doors on the other side. But yeah, you go around and you destroy stuff like this. And it is quite satisfying doing so. I cannot damage this yet, and I'm actually full on items. So there is a campfire there I've already uncovered a while ago. We're gonna put everything in there, and we can just go back and pick it up again. And like I said, I cannot quite explain it why, but it is just very satisfying to do this stuff. Probably because of the visual and especially audio feedback you get from destroying stuff. So for example, what is this? So for example, if the sound effects were bad, sound effects are pretty important, and it wouldn't be half as much fun destroying things and satisfying if the sounds were just meh. but because everything pretty much has its own sound effect, and a pretty nice one at that. There's some rubber there, that's pretty nice. It is fun. And I like that a lot. I'm actually really surprised, by the way. I thought, no offense to the developers meant, but I thought it was just going to be, you know, more of a low-budget take on this. So I was really pleasantly surprised. I probably can't do that. Yeah, 35. I was really pleasantly surprised by the quality of this game. It is very polished. It's still an alpha, but it, you know, as far as I can see, the map is already huge. Well, come on, guys. Let's take this deer out. There we go. And I'll take one of you out in the meantime. They don't seem to be... Oh, that one is aware of me. And I get hit way too often now. I'm not being very careful. Usually I'll be a lot more careful. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by this. And not just the polish, but just how much fun it is, actually. We can also throw knives, by the way. If you can, of course, hit it. Oh, a wishing well. I don't have 1 ceramic and 2 textiles, so we can try to do that. Now, the interesting thing is, you can't just come back from a campfire, because I believe you can't really take stuff with you. You have to loot it. And then, well, we could check, I suppose. Can I get the big one? No. 27 damage we need for that. But it's just fun going around destroying things. And the nice thing is, I think the game itself actually says that it's a bit more of a casual experience. But make no mistake, this game will kick your behind if you let it. Because some of the enemies are actually pretty nasty. Especially an enemy that the game will tell you that it's very dangerous and it would be probably best to avoid it. So yeah, these zombies might look fairly innocuous right now. Oh look, that's actually a drop. But of course it was locked 363 seconds ago. Also the game uses these emoticons, which I would find weird usually, but it actually works pretty well. It's actually quite funny. It makes your... character express things you didn't think would really work with just text. This is a cemetery. Why am I going this way, actually? Oh yeah, because there's a radio there that we could try and take out. Okay, there's another one here. Well, let me actually see. Is it possible, because there is an inventory here, can I take things with me? No. So this is the inventory, obviously. You've got your features, which is... doubles the backpack slot carry capacity. So there's features like permanent upgrades that you did by inventing them. For example, I had to invent and craft the rope and the cooking station and the bedroll and so on and so forth. You also have survival temperatures. As you saw right in the beginning of the video, I was getting too hot because some parts of the map on the south, I suppose, are too hot, and on the north, I'm guessing, will be too cold, or maybe to the west. I'm not sure which. As you've seen, I've barely scratched the surface of the map because it's so huge. And then you've got all the different things like more fishing speed, more experience when gained from fishing, and so on and so forth. Because every time you level, you also get 1 of 3 or 1 of 4, depends on whether you've taken that perk or not in the beginning, perks to choose from. And of course, here you can choose what kind of equipment you'll take with you. We've got a 3rd slot open, but I don't like doing it because then you have to flip. Instead of just between crowbar and machete, you have to flip through 3 things when you're destroying things, and it's just a bit of a bother. But you can always go to the inventory section even if you're away from a campfire. And these will unlock when we craft more items from that a tree. So... collection, no. Oh, wait a second, maybe it's in collection and you can actually take things. No. Okay, never mind. So yeah, there's lots of stuff you can... There's still a lot of stuff we haven't seen. Recipes. Lots of recipes we haven't found. And there's the creatures that you can actually learn about. The ex-human hurler. This ex-human prefers ranged approach, lobbing toxic projectiles towards prey. I do like the look of this wolf. Very weird. Killed 2 more to show description. Ex-wolf. Everything is an X. Ex-human soldier. Except us. We're the survivor in underwear, apparently. And total progress. Wait, I've already played for 3 hours, 20 minutes? Really? Okay. Alright. So, that's the basic premise. There's also a lot more other things to... Wow, English. Other things to do. There's mini bosses, or sort of bosses you meet every now and then. There was one I had to fight to open the gate. I think it was here. Then there's these time chests, which work in kind of a weird way, because when you go to a campfire and you wake up, or even if you don't sleep, all of these chests will reset. So for example, let me do this. Let me camp here, leave. So all the chests should be unlocked on the entire map now, but they are timed, which means that you have to get there as fast as possible, otherwise they will relock. And they will not unlock until you... Oh, yeah, okay. See, that's the problem. You have to think about where and how you'll get there. And a lot of the times these chests will be locked behind a set of doors or obstacles or something. Let me do this again, and the enemies will respawn. Let's see if we can actually get to this chest and open it before it relocks. Don't really care about you, Mr. Zombie. There's the chest. Can we unlock it? Yes, we can. 1 second left. And there was a lot of metal in there, so not a huge deal, but it's satisfying to actually unlock a chest. But that's how these chests work. Because the whole... I wouldn't really spoil it for you, but the time in this game is a little bit weird. There's some really weird stuff going on that the character mentions as well. And it's kind of weird for him as well. Especially when you die, because, well, you get resurrected. Hello, I need more wood. Now! So, you follow the main storyline on this huge map. Colorful stuff, lots of stuff to do, lots of enemies to meet. Various enemies. You can fish, you can cook, you can listen to radio broadcasts with those little radios you find, and then you destroy them for... oh, junction station. And then you destroy them for their items. Oh, nice! I destroyed the stuff on the bottom. I need to get in there somehow. But I think I already was here before. So yeah, I'm really surprised by this game. Very pleasantly surprised. I'll just leave those guys to their own devices, shall we? What is this? Can damage with this tool. Not really sure what it is. Oh yeah, it's one of those. Well, you can actually destroy them. That's interesting. But much later on, because you need a much more powerful tool. Yeah, you can also turn the camera around. That's pretty nice. You never get stuck in one place not knowing what's around the corner, because you can always rotate the camera. There's no zooming in and out, though, as far as I know. I haven't found anything about it. So there's a radio. And all the speech in the game is sort of synthesized. So.
You should have already received your amber pill container. Do not be afraid to use it. It will provide you permanent rest.
Yeah, I do not want...
This is an automated recording sent from K23, the Crown Station.
Yeah, it's a fictional country with a fictional king, I believe. And I do not want the amber pill, because that basically means a suicide pill. But you can actually craft it in the game. I'm assuming it's if you get completely stuck somehow. But then again, you still need to have it in your inventory. Maybe. I just never got around to actually making it. So yeah, I'm actually very impressed by this game. If you like this sort of stuff, and you like destroying stuff, you cannot build a base or anything like that, but you do create more items, you equip your character with them. For example, these different outfits and such, which of course also give you protection from the cold and blocks incoming damage and so on and so forth. Yeah, if you like this stuff, you will certainly enjoy it, because I didn't think I would enjoy it that much. It looked pretty interesting to me, but I didn't really think it would be this much fun. And yet it is. So, yeah, pretty impressed with this. I hope you'll give it a look. I'll put all the links down in the description section down below. And, yeah, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.